He said, I'm off tonight. You come on back up here when you get a minute. All right. Let's get some house light. We just talking tonight. Tonight ain't gonna be one of those preaching nights. It's not gonna be one of those preaching nights. It's gonna be the easy one, man. We're gonna make this fun. We're gonna get up out of here. I promise. Yes. Yeah, it's okay. They could have stopped by though. Could have stopped by on their way to dinner and made sure. No, just messing. We got an anniversary we celebrating here tonight. The 3D media staff, John Simmons and Latoya Simmons, celebrating anniversary. I want to send that shout out to them. All right, so here we are. Let's read Psalms 20 and 4. It should be slide one. Psalms 20 and 4. You talking tonight, or do you want to just rest? It's up to you. We ain't preaching and all that. I promise you, this is gonna be easy. We really gonna make Refuel more of an interaction. It's conversation. It's just us talking, get a little bit of our heart.
It's paying me back from earlier this morning.
Oh yeah. Dollar bill. Somebody say dollar bill, y'all.
Dollar bill, y'all.
All right. May He give you the desire of your heart and make all of your plans succeed. Make all of your plans succeed. Tonight we're gonna be talking simply about budgeting. Budgeting. You have to have a budget. I just want to talk about that because these are things that we do not discuss in the kingdom. Yet still we expect us to have money, to do certain things and be successful and be able to advance ministry, but we don't talk about this stuff. And so when you hear the word budgeting, what does it do to you? Just talk to me. Y'all can talk to me tonight, I promise you. I don't want to get rid of the mic.
Saving money.
Saving money?
How to handle your money?
Organize.
Oh, there it is. She said it scares her.
Budgeting what? It scares you? What else? Huh?
A plan.
Maturity. A plan. What else?
Going outside my budget.
Going outside your budget. When somebody says you need to be on a budget, what comes to your mind first? Discipline. Sacrifice. Who said restriction? Restriction.
Limitations.
Oh, that's a good word. What else?
Limitations.
Limitations. Oh, that's a good one. What else?
I can't buy my sneakers no more.
You can't buy your sneakers. So normally time when we talk about budget, we think restriction, we think limitations, we think I can't buy this anymore. I'm thinking sacrifice. But how many think riches? Man, y'all ain't ready.
Man, don't leave me up.
Y'all not ready.
You better get back up here with me.
Come down.
I can't get down.
Oh, his phone. Did he say come down?
No,
He's
I'm elevated.
Yeah,
This is the year of elevation. We good. I mean, I just don't want to do it with the laptop. Things, right? Like we know we should do it, but to get on our nerves, don't really want to do it. She said it makes her scared, it makes you cringe. But let me say this: we all need a budget. Somebody say that with me. We all
need a budget.
I'm just saying, man. You see them dollar bills falling?
Money make you feel happy. Money.
Money.
They fall to
Money. Oh.
Say it again.
Money.
All right. So, if you've never done it, budgeting can actually become overwhelming. If you've never really stopped and done it, it can stress you out a little. And most people, the way they view budget is pessimistic. I've talked to Will about being optimistic. That's one of the things we talk about, being more optimistic this year. We want to be able to see things from a positive angle first instead of a negative angle. So, what happens is with budgeting, people, they say, instead of it feeling like, they'll say it feels like I'm being restricted. It feels like something telling me what I can't do, money I can't spend. Instead of saying, hey, this is money I can spend, I've prepared for it already. So I can spend it, but I have to spend it when I can spend it versus when I can't spend it. So seeing it the right way is what I want to help us realize tonight and understand that.
How many of y'all, I'm sorry, this might be me. This just might.
I'm sure it is.
This might just be me. But women, when you go into Walmart and your budget was what? It could be $100, $25. You went in there to get some bread, some milk, some cereal, some eggs, and that's it. And that's it. But when you come out, you got bread, you got a sofa, a new TV, some pillows for bed. What happens
Don't go to Walmart and when you got your tax check.
Right.
I need these new pots and pans. I need these. You see them bathroom towels right there? I need a new doormat at the front door.
I do need those things. No, but seriously. But when you have a budget,
Man,
it is
women don't
so
respect.
hard to stick to what you have just set forth. Why? Because you feel as though what you see is an immediate need.
Yeah.
It's simple as going back to grade school. Needs and what?
Once.
Yeah, man.
Or we will go into Walmart or go to Sears or Best Buy. That's my story. The nail shop, yes. Hair, weave.
Ooh.
Weave. And we will look at things and say, man, I need this.
Who's the better budgeter in the house, the man or the woman?
The woman.
For real? I think I do better in my
It just depends on the person.
It depends on the person.
No way.
It depends on the woman.
I do.
It depends on what time of year it is.
It's the man.
No.
I said buy tennis shoes, but it's not. I'm not buying no expensive tennis shoes. I'm buying tennis shoes.
So men think they are the better budgeters because they don't like to spend anything, not even
There we
bills.
go. Come on.
So you say, hey
Thank
babe,
you, sir.
the light bill is due.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, we need lights. So it's not that they are the better budgeter, they don't like to relinquish anything for
Oh,
nothing.
yeah. Ted Cruz.
But guys, we have to
Yeah.
learn how to budget better.
That's true.
As a group, as African American people, man, we have to set a budget and we have to stick to it, ladies.
Yes.
A lot of times, a lot of our disagreements in marriages, relationships, it all goes back to money. The reason why we're unhappy is because of money.
That's it.
But that's because we don't respect the bottom line. This is the bottom line. And when Pastor was on the road, we've always had this, and even now, we have a bottom line. That bottom line is the bottom line. Your bottom line should not be zero.
We getting there. I got
Your
you.
bottom line shouldn't be zero, but let's go.
And men, set a reasonable budget for your woman. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. That was for the ladies. I should have heard every lady in the clap right
Right.
Because when I was on the road, I was making a lot of money when I was doing that stuff, but I gave her the most unreasonable budget. And man, that was the worst time of my life. I'll never do that again. So men, just know that. Give her a reasonable budget that's within the budget. It depends on your income. It's a percentage. We're going to get to
We're
that.
about to talk about it.
But not what I did, in Jesus' name. We're going to get there. All right.
It's like
4 steps to establishing a successful budget without getting choked by your wife. All right. 4 steps to establishing a successful budget. Number 1, y'all can write it down if you got a pen. Make a zero-based budget before the month begins. Make a zero-based budget. A zero-based. I'm going to explain it to you in a minute.
Did you get your paper? To already be making a zero-based budget for March.
Man.
February is here.
I'm going to explain. We're about to read through it together. We're going to read together. That's why I said tonight going to be a little different.
We taking finance class.
Kingdom finance. So we're going to come in. What's number 1? Number 1, make a zero-based budget. Zero-based budget before the month begins.
Before the month begins. Zero. Listen.
Blame Dan Ramsey.
It's good though. This is about to change your life. I promise
about to change
you.
mine.
After
I'm
tonight, you guys, after this
Zero-based
series,
budget
we're gonna be
before
some
the
rich
month
people.
I receive that.
What you say?
I don't.
We're gonna be rich people.
I
Not
receive
just
it.
in money, but in
My-
mental, in
Oh,
finance,
absolutely.
in minds, in
Absolutely.
financial decisions. We're going to be a lot richer than how we're acting and how we're
It's
carrying
about to go down
ourselves
this year. This is
around.
going to be the year right here.
All right, let's go.
So y'all got it? Make a zero-based budget before the month begins. All right, so we can read together. This is so important. Not together, but read it with me.
She said that's so cute.
All right. If we don't create a budget before the start of the month, all we're doing is tracking our spending, not budgeting. So in other words, and I ain't gonna stop every time, but in other words, y'all heard this before. What you're doing is, what we gotta do is tell our money where to go. Y'all heard this before. Some of y'all, I ain't insulting your intelligence, but you've gotta begin to tell your money where you wanted to go, what you wanted to do. But most of us are waiting until our money is telling us where it went. We letting our money do what it wants to do, and then at the end of the month, we're like, hey, money, what all you do this month?
And guess what you got? A whole bunch of receipts.
Bunch of receipts. You converted dollars to paper and food.
Right.
Like my kids, they always ask me for money to eat, and they always want to eat after they just ate. And I always be like, man, look, y'all ain't gonna take all my money and turn it into poop. I'm just telling y'all what y'all doing right now. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but that's what y'all doing. Y'all eating my money and y'all flushing it down the toilet. I'm good with it. Y'all gonna wait till dinner time. They give me, can we get some more of this? And no, wait, you fasting with me. Why y'all can't fast? Why our kids can't fast? I'm gonna make my kids. Jeremiah, you fasting for the rest of the week. You fasting from food, son. Food. I made them fast from PlayStation. You did the homework? I see it. You look a little slimmer than you did.
That was so much shade.
I mean, the last time I saw him,
all
right.
I get him on
Keep
the
it moving.
side.
Let's keep it moving in Jesus'
Excuse
name.
our pastor. He's not the regular.
I'm half sleepy too. I want to Uh-oh. And that means we're just, what was the coffee? And that means we're just watching our money. I'm just playing. All right, we're going to get through this. And that means we're just watching our money go where it wants to go and recording it and not telling it where to go. Our budget also needs to be zero-based. That means that our income minus our outgo, which is funny, income, outgo, should equal zero. I'm going to explain this and I'm going to explain why. Every dollar has to have a planned destination. At the end of the budget, all income should have been given, saved, or spent on paper on purpose. Even if you want to have fun money, which is necessary, remember that. Don't get too caught up in this that you don't plan for a break, because if you don't have it, you'll lose your mind. Plan for it, whether it's $20 or $200 a month. That way you can still scratch that itch. Plan spontaneity whenever it strikes. Yes. Let's keep going. Number 2, give, save, and spend in that order. Give, save, spend in that order. Spend.
In that order.
In that order. Yeah, dash in that order. Put that in there. Just so you'll remember that. This is going to help somebody, I promise you. When budgeting, I'm going to let y'all finish. I want to start. Y'all good? Y'all got it? Okay. When budgeting, the order in which we budget our money is important. The Bible calls us to always give God first. This ain't a money tithe and sermon. Y'all know my heart by now. But the scripture, you can go to the next scripture, Keisha B. It says, honor the Lord with your possessions. This is Paul. No, this is not Paul. This is Proverbs. Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruits of all your increase. Proverbs 3 and 9. Y'all see that? That's the word. This is principle. So even if you go to Genesis 8, which is not in there, Genesis 8, it says, as long as the earth remains, y'all heard this, all my preachers in the room know this, there shall always be seed time
and harvest.
Is the earth still here?
Is the earth still here? Then there's a principle. Now, when you say seed time, of course, this is an opportunity for a pastor to preach tithe and offering. But I believe in the principle. I still believe in the principle of sowing and reaping, tithing, and I believe in the principle. And understand this.